Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is one we can't afford to ignore. 10 ways to tell if someone is suicidal. This isn't just a list, it's a lifeline. Each year, millions struggle with suicidal thoughts, and understanding the signs could save a life. Before we dive in, remember, if you or someone you know is in crisis, please reach out to a mental health professional or a suicide prevention hotline. Let's get started. Have you noticed someone acting out of character lately? Sudden shifts in behavior, like becoming unusually withdrawn or, conversely, overly energetic, can be a red flag. Research from the National Institute of Mental Health highlights these abrupt changes as key indicators. For example, your usually introverted friend suddenly becomes the life of the party, and not in the fun, wow, they're really branching out way, but more in a who body snatched you kind of way. Humor aside, it's worth checking in when someone's personality does a 180. Pay close attention to what people say. Statements like, I wish I could disappear or everyone would be better off without me are often cries for help. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, verbal cues should never be dismissed. And if they're constantly making jokes about death, it's probably time to switch from laughing nervously to asking serious questions. Death might be a great topic for Halloween parties, but in real life, not so much. If someone starts giving away meaningful items, especially without explanation, it could be a sign they're preparing for the end. Studies suggest this is a common behavior among those contemplating suicide. I mean, if your friend suddenly offers you their prized gaming console or vintage record collection, it's not because they're getting overly generous, unless they've just won the lottery, in which case, congrats to them. You should probably ask why. Isolation is a major warning sign. When someone starts pulling away from loved ones or stops doing things they once enjoyed, it's often a symptom of underlying depression. Psychology Today notes that isolation fuels feelings of hopelessness. So if your bestie suddenly stops replying to memes or showing up to your weekly karaoke nights, it's time to investigate, especially if they've always been the go-to for Bohemian Rhapsody's duets. Too much or too little sleep can indicate mental distress. According to research in psychiatric journals, disrupted sleep patterns are often linked to suicidal ideation. If your friend's sleep schedule looks like a toddler's on a sugar high, either they're up at 3 a.m. for no reason or snoozing like a hibernating bear, it's worth asking what's going on. Maybe they're just binge-watching a series, or maybe it's something deeper. One day they seem fine, and the next they're deeply despondent. These extreme mood swings might signal internal turmoil. Experts say mood variability is a red flag we should all take seriously. Think of it like the emotional equivalent of weather in April. Sunny one minute, torrential rain the next. It's not just confusing, it's concerning. When someone feels there's no way out, they might openly express hopelessness or helplessness. A study from the World Health Organization found that these feelings are among the most reported precursors to suicidal actions. Phrases like, "What's the point?" or "Nothing matters anymore" aren't just emo lyrics, they're warning signs. Don't let them go unnoticed. Behaviors like cutting or excessive risk-taking are often coping mechanisms for deeper emotional pain. Self-harm is a significant predictor of suicidal tendencies, as noted in research from the Journal of Adolescent Health. If you notice someone's injuries are starting to look like a connect-the-dots game, it's time to have a serious conversation. Jokes aside, self-harm is a cry for help that deserves attention. It sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes a person who has been deeply distressed becomes unusually calm before attempting suicide. Experts suggest this might be because they've made a final decision and feel at peace with it. It's kind of like when someone suddenly starts cleaning their entire house before a vacation, except way more worrying. Don't mistake calmness for recovery without digging a little deeper. Finally, an increase in alcohol or drug use is another warning sign. The National Alliance on Mental Illness reports that substance abuse often co-occurs with suicidal ideation, acting as both a cause and an effect. If your friend's wine occasional glass turns into occasional bottle, it's time to step in. And no, blaming it on a stressful day isn't always the answer. Stress doesn't come in six-packs. So, what can you do if you notice these signs? First and foremost, talk to them. Ask direct but compassionate questions like, "Are you thinking about suicide?" Research shows that asking does not increase the risk, but can actually reduce it. Encourage them to seek professional help, and let them know you're there to support them. Offer to help them find resources or even accompany them to their first therapy session if needed. Remember, you don't have to be a mental health expert to make a difference. Sometimes, just listening can be the most powerful intervention. If this video has been helpful, please share it. You never know who might need to hear this today. Together, we can break the stigma and save lives. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay compassionate, and I'll see you in the next video.